Okay, we're looking at another block from the famous 2005 paper, and this question I've actually used in junior assessment without the distractors because there were some good strategies here, and let's have a look at what we're looking at. So we're looking at reading again, being systematic to the possibilities, and again, if you can eliminate wrong answers, you obviously can minimise what you might have to guess from. So there's an apartment building. There's quite a bit of text to read, and this text down here is critical to the question. So the first one, I always try to say that in a block of 3 or 4 questions, the first one is the easiest one, obviously, and as long as you don't make any silly mistakes, you should get this one right. So have a read of the information, look at what's available and what's not available, because some apartments aren't available, and look at what people want and have a go, and when you're ready, go to the next slide when you're ready for my answer. Okay, so you've had a go, and let's have a look at what I've done. So the last line of information states that all apartments on the south side have already been rented, so you can't have them. So when you look at that, there's only 12 apartments that are available. If you look at all the apartments that are there, there's only 12 left, and cutting through the information, you know, the Denisons want 1, Brittany wants 1, Allards want 2, Cheng wants 1, Thompson wants 1. So there's 6 apartments needed, so there's 6 apartments vacant, so the answer is B. There was a good block of Mauritia girls got it right, but again, we're behind the state average, and that particular question, most people might have made mistakes when they didn't realise the south apartments were not available. So let's have a look at the next question. Hopefully you got that one right. So I've cut the information again, and this time we're looking at particular information about the Chengs. Okay, so have a read. Chengs need to be, there's the Cheng information just there, and obviously it relates to the Allards, so we have to look at that information. So have a read through, and when you're ready, come to my slide answer. Okay, so in my table, I put the apartments that are available because not all of them are available. So for instance, Thompson is what we're looking at, and Thompson, if we look at, say, for instance, the Allards are in adjacent apartments. Cheng is on the same floor. Brittany goes on a different floor. And then look at what's available. So, for instance, Thompson can't be on the ground floor. Thompson can't be with the Allards. Thompson can't be with the Allards. So in this particular arrangement, I have 4 apartments that are available. And if you look at the distractors, okay, the only one that had a 4 as part of the answer was answer C. So we don't have to do any more than that. Answer C was correct. This one was a good question in terms of we got kids who engaged in it, and we were close to the ACT average. Okay, so let's now build up to the next question. And again, this one is a little bit more reading. So now we're down to what the Denisons are doing. So again, I'm going to use a table. The table is a little bit harder, but if you just be systematic, you can get there. And if you have a look at the distractors, I've said if you can get an answer of 3, for instance, then A and B get knocked out straight away. And then if you get an answer of 2, then C is knocked out. So I think the number 3 is a critical number. So this one, again, I'm going to use a table when I do it. Have a go. This will take you a couple of minutes, and then come to the answer slide when you're ready. Okay, so we're looking at the Denisons, and the Denisons want a corner apartments. And so the only corner apartments are these ones. Remember that they're no good, and anything on the south side's no good. So there's only 6 apartments that you can fit into. So when I did my approach, okay, so I've circled, I had the 6 apartments in blue circled up here, and then I put all the people in different apartments, and for instance, when I put them in that arrangement, I had 3 possible answers. So as I said, A and B are eliminated. And then when I tried different choices for the same arrangement, so for instance, instead of the Allards being in 5 and 8, if I moved them to 5 and 6, that gave me other arrangements for the other people, and then I only had 2 apartments left over. So D is the answer, and this was a killer question. I think at this stage people are running out of time, perhaps they're thinking they've got to rush through it, but I suppose the important thing is twice as many ACT students got this right, and that's where we've made a big change and a big difference here. So that's the end of that block, and again, the first one's always the easy one, and then it just gets progressively harder, but we need to engage in these harder questions and try to improve our averages. Okay, thanks for that, and we'll see you for another AST practice at another time.